Welcome back everybody here on JustDaZack, where it's my continued mission to show you guys an interesting video game almost every single day. This time we are going to have a look at a game called Tales and Tactics, a roguelike traditional auto-battler game set in a tabletop RPG setting with a DM, tournaments, and of course many cool looking fantasy monsters. No dice so far, I have to admit, though, because I did play this game already roughly an hour. We are going to have a look at the official demo. I'm playing this like 2 days before the official release. If you want to check it out, link to the game is as always down in the description. So without further ado, first things first, if we have a look at any kind of game, always settings menu, which for this game is actually pretty cool. For example, if we go to gameplay, look at this amount of settings, like enable keybind shortcuts, inspect mode, items in combat, pre-fight DM warnings, healing numbers, spell damage numbers, army comparisons. And if you hover over these question marks, it actually gives you an explanation what these things actually do. And you usually have not just one, but more settings, like attack damage numbers if you want to see them. The default setting actually is none. I actually chose to see those numbers because, man, I like to see my numbers go up, you know. But you can choose to also just do this for your own units or for enemy units and so on. So this is already pretty cool. Languages so far we only have 3. Well, English and 2 kinds of Chinese, so hopefully there's gonna be more in the full game. Video options so far also pretty nice. I'm surprised that my old potato PC so far is running this pretty good. Texture quality, shadow quality, as you can see, everything is on ultra. You can still customize this if you want. We also have controls where we have key bindings. A little interesting is there's a controller being shown here. As far as I know, that this game does not support, having a controller plugged in. So maybe they plan to deliver this later on. There's a lot of space here, but for now, you can only play this with a keyboard and a mouse. And audio, we have 4 sliders. I like 4 sliders. As you can see, I actually turned down the narrator volume to 0%. Because, yes, it is a, tabletop RPG setting, and having a narrator, your GM, accompany you and talk to you, because there's events here. This is a traditional roguelike as well. And that would be so cool if this game had a professional voice actor or professional voice actress, guiding you and reading you what's going on. Because there's a little bit of a story, which I am getting at with you guys in a second. But right now, the narrator that is in the game is, I think, just one of the developer talking into a okay headset that drops some one-liners at the end of combat or so, which I personally didn't enjoy at all, so I turned that off. But again, options, we can choose however we want this, and hopefully a professional voice actor will be there in the full game. That would be like one thing already, for the end of the summary, which I would really enjoy in this game, the full release, because I feel like that would really help. So again, this is a roguelike. There's my run history. I actually managed to defeat the first act, the graveyard, and then I actually abandoned my run because I thought, okay, this is enough to show to you guys. We have the character right now in the demo. There's only Singrim Bold Pebble available, no modifiers. But we have meta progressions as well, at least later on. Thank you for playing the Tales and Tactics demo. The full game includes the final 3rd act, the grand tournament, along with the unlock system where you can add new features, content, characters, items, cosmetics, difficulty, and endless replayability. So it seems, interestingly enough, I swear, guys, I was able to buy... Yeah, we can actually see this in the background. Here, if I move along, there is a little bit of a skill tree, and I could look into the skill tree before with my mastery points. I do not know why this is now, this window is in front of this. Because there is a few things you can unlock, like additional items appear at a shop, but for some reason, now that I restarted the game, this is in the way. Probably not in the full game, so I'll take this with a grain of salt. But now, without further ado, there's a tutorial which I played. Funnily enough, if you should choose to play the tutorial, at the end of this it teaches you how the mechanics of crafting or combining, fusing items works, and it gives you like a, I think glove and a staff, and it tells you, okay, now with this glove, combine it please with a crystal. You do not have a crystal, so a little bit of a typo there, or a wrong word, and there's a few typos in the game, but not too much. Just wanted to point that out. It is noticeable, however. But now, there's a quick start, but we just want to start a new run. There's modifiers in the full game if you want to choose so. Right now in the demo, there's only unit and enemy unit traits, what that is. If you played these Autobattlers, you know it exactly. If not, I'm gonna show you in a second. Only one character, no additional races, classes, aspiration, background, abilities. This is fine for a demo, and there's gonna be apparently at least 9, hopefully at least up to 12 characters in the full game, which I am very much looking forward to. But now, let's finally dive into the game. There's our training guide tabletop. Love this. We have coins. We have star points, which are essentially needed for rerolls for our characters. There's curses. Each curse adds a 5% chance for a unit in the unit store to become chained. Chains on that unit can be broken by spending a heart. These are our hearts. We start with 2. Every time we win a combat, we gain a heart. We can even get some temporary hearts, which we need for curses. Or, of course, if we lose a combat, it's not over. The run is not lost. We just lose a heart. And if all hearts are lost, well, then we truly lost, and we can level up for some additional traits. But now, the journey begins. The Grand Tournament. A prestigious event hosted every year by a group of powerful callers known as the Dire. Each year, young callers from all over are invited to challenge the Dire themselves. You have been selected to partake in this year's event. Will your tale be one of triumph or defeat? Will your tactics earn you fame and glory, or find you wanting? No, tell us about yourself. So this is for our character that we choose. Hi, my name's Singrin Boldpebble, but everyone calls me Sing. I've been a student of the arcane ever since I can remember. Graduated top of my class, and went from being a student to a professor. Well, why did I want to enroll in the Grand Tournament? I thought it might be a chance to do something different. It's one thing to read about all the wonders of the world, but it's something else to see them for yourself. I thought it would be a good way to meet new people. Maybe even that special someone, you know? Well, for now, before we do anything, we have to, fight a few combat-appropriate warm-up fights with some goblins, which I think this is not deadly combat. These are just, goblins. This is at least my headcanon right now. Goblins are actually super cool in this universe, and they are just, very helpful as well. I mean, look at them. They're cheering you on. They look so cool. So I think the goblin goofballs are just your friends, and they are willing to train with you, because they are the best. So this is just an introductory, this is not the tutorial, which I think this is what you can skip, but I think for this video's purpose, this is fine. And again, as you can tell here, bottom left, there's our character, a gnome wizard professor who hopes to find their true love through adventure. There's some additional things, which I haven't used yet. I think these are, again, character-specific stat bonuses and special abilities, which will come in handy in the full game. Not available yet, at least I didn't come across them. These 3 slots are for consumables, which we'll find that we have an inventory. But now, if you played an Autobattler, you already know exactly what's going on. So each round, we have essentially automatic Autobattler combat, so to speak. And these 2 units are the ones we have to find. This is a training goblin, which has no skills. We can even see their training goblin stats. It's 2 of them. And we can place, as we can see here in our army, exactly 1 right now. This is our army size, which will increase throughout the game. So we have 1 unit that we can buy from the shop with these so-called star points in this game. And we can reroll the shop, and we can later on, if we have a certain amount, every time we have like 3 skulls, for example, as I have this unit highlighted, it will get transformed into a stronger version, level up, or into a higher tier. You can only buy a tier 1 unit. Later on, if we have 3 of the same kind, it automatically gets updated to a tier 2 unit, which is stronger. And later on, we can also get units that have different kind of rarities. And as you can see, they also have special abilities like leaps to an enemy, then deals bonus damage and drains mana, which is, I'm going to show that. I don't want to overwhelm you if you don't know what this is. And they have traits like this is a bug, this is duelist. And we can see, would be nice. Oh, there we go. 2 units. We have, if I highlight with this, traits, training stage 1 affecting 1 units. I actually don't know what these traits are supposed to be. We have the same, but it doesn't work. I guess if I buy a unit, this should increase. Look at this. I didn't notice this on my earlier run, but I want to go. So what do we have? Bug, Duelist, Demon Brawler, Skeleton Duelist, Orc, Tank, and a Beast Dweller. I have to admit, in my last run, I went pretty successfully, well, decently successfully with a combo of Orcs and Engineers. And because I know that I can kind of rely on that. Let's try, at least initially, to go over that combination as well. So every unit has essentially a role as well. Again, very classic like MMORPG or classical RPG, which you can see here on this symbol in the upper left corner of this unit card, or if you click on this, this is a tank, for example. Tank, very classic in this. Tanks are there to just take in the damage. They are very hard to bring down. They don't necessarily deal that much damage, but they are there on your front line to take all the fire, so to speak, from the enemy, while your other units try to bring them down. Like this is a striker. Strikers are there to deal a lot of damage. There we go. Skirmisher, sorry. There we go. This unit is exceptional at attacking, having more attack speed than other units, and gains 2 additional mana on hit. When this unit gains tier, it gains additional attack damage and maximum health. Preferred item stats, attack damage, attack speed. Again, later on we can get some items like equipment and consumables, which we can use for our units, and we can craft / combine them later on as well. We even have like a little bit of a crafting recipe here for standard items if you so desire. And throughout the units, just to let you guys know, I'm probably not going to use this throughout the game. We also have stat screens where we can see the individual stats. Like once we have won a combat, we can see how much damage or one of our units dealt, or each unit dealt took, how much they healed, so that we can really also choose, like by the stats, which unit might be the best for our composition, because that is the main goal. I'm gonna, again, as I chose, I want to buy this Orc Bulwark, heals itself and heals itself and ignores the next 2 incoming attacks. It's his ability. I paid this now with 1. This is our army size. I can now place it here. Gonna place it here in the middle. Again, it's a tank. It's not gonna deal that much damage, but it can soak up a lot. And every unit has a skill in this game. Well, not our training goblins, but every normal unit. And we're gonna fight other normal units later on as well. Also boss enemies, for example. So how does this work? Well, this guy, when we start him, he's just gonna attack, has an auto combat where he deals 60 damage. We can even see spell power, attack speed, range, armor, mana regen. So classic, RPG stats or RTS stats even, equipped items and so on. But here, this might be a little bit different to other Autobattlers. Again, I'm not that familiar with this genre, just on a surface level, so to speak. In this game, at least, it works that your units gain mana every second. There we go. If we hover over the mana regen stat, it determines how much mana a unit gains each second. So we know this orc is going to get every second in combat 6 mana, which is related to this bar, which probably because we just bought him. This orc has 40 out of 75 mana, and when this bar is full, he automatically triggers his associate skill, which for this Bulwark orc is Face Me. Bulwark roars, healing for 15% of his maximum HP, and pairing the next 2 incoming attacks to ignore them. Again, very tank appropriate. And you know what? Let's actually hit start at combat. I keep talking without actually playing. So there we go. I want to get rid of this window. We can see the sealed blue bar is now full. He healed himself, parried 2 attacks, activated his skills. In the meantime, he's going to attack these goblins. Again, this is the first introductory combat. I don't think we are in any danger here. Parries those. There we go. Come on, hit him once more. There we go. Not a problem at all. There we go! We won against the first goblin goofballs. And we gained some treasure, 2 star points, some XP. And on the left side, this is essentially where the traditional, well, not traditional, but the common nowadays modern roguelike mechanics come in. This is our map. Again, this is just the training grounds. Later on, we have the classic roguelike map where we can choose different pathways to a shop, for example, or to the events. I'm going to show that to you guys in a second. But now, second combat. Now it's against 3 standard goblins. They actually hurt. No, 250 out of 250. And again, after each combat, we can reroll these units. Again, this didn't change this shop, so to speak. But every time after a combat, we can reroll for free, so to speak. And now we have new units down here. I can choose to future or reroll even more, but then it would cost me 2, I guess. Not here in the introductory, because right now I can't. We have 3 star points. Problem is, I don't have neither a orc nor an engineer, because the engineer ability is actually pretty cool. So again, as we saw earlier, every unit or every normal unit has traits and a race. This is an orc, and he has a tank trait. And the more types of these races and or traits you have on your map, the better. You want to have, because they have synergy with each other. For example, we can see this right here. If I hover over this right now, of course, I only have this one unit, which is one tank and one orc. If I would have two tanks, for example, then this skill would be triggered. Tanks take 10 less damage from all sources, while any tank lives, all allies gain +2 mana regen. And then there's even if we have 4 tanks on the battlefield, we get the second stage, which would be tanks take 20 less damage from all sources. When any tank dies, other allies gain +10 armor, +10 attack speed, and 2 mana regen. Same with the orcs, which I again had in my last combat. I think I had at least 4 orcs at the end of the chapter. When orcs first fall below 50% HP each combat, they rage, taking 40% less damage for 5 seconds. In addition, all your units deal 10% more damage for the rest of the combat, which was pretty cool. And the engineering thing was actually pretty cool, because once I had like 2 engineers, this automatically spawned here, like in this corner where I hover over with my mouse, a turret. There was actually a turret here. And that turret, once in combat, was outside the battlefield, but it always shot at enemies. It had like 5 ammo, and every time one of my engineers used the skill, it regained 5 ammo, so it continued to shoot, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, now we don't have a tank nor a orc, which is a little bit sad, I think, because we have 2 of them. Maybe that's interesting. Let's take this button. So this is one of the race mushroom and a shaman. Spawns spores that reduce enemies' maximum health. I mean, why not? Let's buy this one. Also a tank. No, not a tank. Wait, is this a tank? No, it's not a tank, it's a vanguard. Again, there's the difference. So a tank is a class-specific trait, but this is a class of a vanguard, which also this orc is, and this is a class of a skirmisher, this is a class of a magician. So, not to confuse myself here. I still think I want to have this. So here's the skill Spore Spawn. Button spawns 5 spores that seek random enemies, briefly stunning them, dealing 60 spell damage and reducing their maximum health by the same amount. Okay. Interesting, decent. Also, we can hover over different units. Again, right click, we get the stats. We can also use the shift key and then wait a little bit of a second, and then we can see what happens when they trigger the skill, at least right now, for example, and how it looks and which enemies it might affect, like this, which is pretty cool. But now, let's start the combat again. 2 units, just against some training goblins. This should not be a problem. Again, our orc very easily gaining his skills, healing himself, parrying to attacks. Spore takes a little bit of longer. There's the Spore attack, which, I mean, I do like a stun ability. And that got triggered pretty fast. Pretty cool. Maybe spores it is. Okay, now we're at 4 life. We gain some more star points, XP. Again, final training battle against these goblins, for example. Okay, what can shamans do, for example? Because unfortunately, we didn't roll as I hoped for orcs and engineers. So now it's shamans, for example. Shaman. 40% of shamans dealt spell damage charges up to Shaman Totem. 100 charge heals an ally for 100 health. In the tier of if we have 4 shamans, when the Shaman Totem heals an ally, they gain +5 mana. Interesting. So 40% of shamans dealt spell damage charges up the Shaman Totem. And that 100 charge heals 1 ally for 100. Interesting. And mushrooms. Mushrooms get +50 starting mana. When mushrooms cast, they gain 15 spell power. So during the combat, so they could really deal up on spell power a lot. When mushrooms cast, other mushrooms also gain 50 mana. Interesting. Well, as we can see, this is slightly highlighted, this button, because we already have one on the field. Because again, I'm not sure if we can go with orcs engineers. Let's get this reroll for free right now. And there's a 3rd button, which luckily I can buy this now for 1. We have 3 star points. This one, of course, just costs 1. And if I buy this now, we have 3 in total. Here, whoop, this is suddenly a tier 4 unit. More maximum HP, more armor. So better stats. A tier 2 unit this early, pretty good. So maybe we're more like a mushroom one, because there's another one right here. Deploy spores in a cone, dealing damage and disarming enemies. Again, a vanguard. A little bit sad that we only get vanguard so far, but I mean, let's get some spore synergy apparently. Sure, why not? Which skill do you have? Stinging Spores. Amanito deals 175 spell damage to enemies in a cone ahead and disarms them for 3 seconds. Oh, pretty nice. Oh, and now there is a leader below. Oh no, I didn't mean to buy this. Oh, it's fine. It's just 1 star. Okay, let's buy this one. Also Vanguard. It's 104, 950. They all have range 1, so let's just place them. No, do I want to place them like this? Gonna fight this. You two are gonna fight this one. You're probably gonna run 2. But maybe we just want to try to get this one down. You have the biggest stats, right? But you have the tank ability. So I think I want to go with this. You can stun, you can do this, and a cone, boom. Yeah, because now we can always see in the upper right corner the traits, of course, of our enemy. In the top left is ours. Luckily now we have 2 mushrooms, which means mushrooms get plus 50 starting mana. When mushrooms cast, they gain extra spell power, 15, so to speak. So now 50, 50. So he's gonna use his skill immediately, isn't he? Cool. Wait, that means let's use the shift. He's gonna use it like this. Maybe that's a reason to switch these. So we want to make sure he immediately hits this one. Maybe like this. I mean, sure, why not? And the enemies, of course, have some too. Again, this is just the training route, but we already have a leader, which is this goblin right here, also highlighted, which I very much enjoy. So this leader now is usually, I'm not sure if we can get this. This is probably more like, you know, enemy AI thing. At least the leader is very specific. The leader gains plus 50% total maximum health, a 3 mana regen, 30 attack damage, and in Act 2 and Act 3 it's even more dangerous. Okay, so again, this is the leader of the training goblins. Looks the same, a little bit bigger, but more stats. Regardless, let's fight. We should win this. Also here in the top, we can see our maximum HP and the enemy's maximum HP. Yeah, not a problem at all. I really like the stun ability. He really is using it often as well. Okay, apparently it's not orcs and engineers, but it's boars. Alright, training round done. The Golden Desert, nice. And now it starts. We go out into the world and fight a few more units. And as you can see, left side, there's our map, our progression, our roguelike progression, so to speak. So there's gonna be, I don't know, a sign, maybe event, combat. Now then we have these scrolls, combat, sign, treasure, combat, trophy, elite encounter, bonfire, and then the boss, which is Adalon. A legendary beast, which has the Ice Beam ability. Adalon breathes ice, dealing 150 spell damage to enemies in a wide line and stunning for 3 seconds. Right, our first true combat. Luckily, these guys are just, you know, Bug Dweller, Mushroom Shaman, Orc Tank, Duelist. Same units as we have, like Bulwark and Button, funnily enough, but no synergy. And we have a 2u2 unit already, so this shouldn't be a problem. That was a poisoner. What can poisoners do, though? Poison attacks from poisoners apply attacks from poisoners apply debilitating venom for 3 seconds. Venom reduces healing effectiveness by 50% and deals 20 spell damage each second. Sounds interesting, but I'm not sure if I really want that. Maurus, we can have a 4th unit. I mean, just because we don't have any other synergy, sure. Oh, I forgot that I have this Whirling Flame Elemental. Regardless, let's have Monty, which also is a range unit, 7, cool. Snake Bite. Monty sends forth the 3 spectral snakes at his target. Snake strikes foes they hit, dealing 75% of Monty's attack damage. Alright. Monty, pretty cool. I want you in the back line. There we go. Now we have this Poisoner kit enabled as well. But yeah, that's... Oh, are you sure? Your Monty is ranged but is placed in the front. I mean, is this really at the front? But again, the DM giving us a hint. Sure, let's picking a little bit back. We can, of course, also sell units if I just take it instead of placing it and, you know, try to just throw it down there, which we might later on, because I'm not sure. Again, this Volcan has kind of been bought accidentally. But let's go against an eager newbie. Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's actually speed this up a little bit. There we go. Fast speed, standard speed. Yeah, we got this. The skull skeleton looks kind of cool. Skeletons, I think, have this ability that after this initial combat, if there's X amount of skeletons, they get resurrected, for example. So if they had now synergy, the combat would suddenly continue, which is pretty cool. But again, no synergy yet. Next combat, treasure, gimme. And now we can travel to a road tail to take one. Stumble upon a potentially cursed cache of weaponry. Ooh, let's go. Again, that would be so cool. For example, this would be, you know, spoken in by a cool voice actor. Oh, voice actress. A large basket of weapons, armor, and trinkets sits by the trail here. They must be abandoned, but something strange nearby indicates otherwise. A small note in front of the collection reads, "Only take one from this humble store. Trouble will haunt you if you take more." That was again, punctuation thing. There was something missing. So now we have a choice. So we can choose, well, any reward. But again, either we just take just one. We always just get one reward. But, I guess this is a little bit of roleplay. Where we would get a shield, an item, which we can give a unit, and that unit would gain 10 armor. Or we ignore the warning, who cares, and we gain a better item, which is here the Pauldron of Milo, which would increase our unit's health by 40%, nice, and give the following: every 5 seconds, taunt adjacent foes for 3 seconds. After falling below half health, the wearer receives 30% less damage for the rest of combat. Pretty cool. But if we take this better item, we would gain 2 curses, so to speak. And again, each curses adds a 5% chance for a unit in the unit store to become chained. Chains on that unit can be broken by spending heart, which is here. Usually if we win, we get a decent amount of hearts. So it's not that punishing as long as it doesn't happen too often to many units. So a little bit of curse, probably not too bad. Or we take this, Disenchant Shrine. And that gives us the Shrine's Blessing 1. In combat rooms, gain the Hex modifier, Shrine in a random hex, which grants a unit, I guess, placed there, +1 mana region. Interesting. Again, that would help us to trigger more abilities. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good item. 40% more health and, additional taunt. And after falling below half health, 30% less damage, or more combat damage reduction. Yeah, let's take this. So 2 curses, it's fine for now. Let's take this. You grab one weapon, then reach for another, and another. For a moment, everything seems fine. That is, until the sign begins to emit an unearthly smoke that finds its way into your lungs. For a moment, everything goes dark, and when you can see, the sign seems to have changed. "A humble warning you did not heed. A curse upon you for your greed." That's fine, pretty good though. Now we would travel to another combat room, as you can see here. Right, now against 4. And this one is also leader. Okay, this one is stronger. Sebastian! Yeah, the crap. I see that reference. And also they have 3 dwellers. That means at the start of combat, dwellers channel for 4 seconds to summon Geogag. Geogag gets 10% maximum HP and attack damage per dweller tier list above 1. Okay, they're gonna summon an additional unit apparently, these 3. That's not nice. Regardless, let's reroll first. Again, as you can see, these 2 have been changed. Luckily, they are not really necessary for us. Frankly, none of these units. So Sparkle's cool name, by the way. Let's reroll for 2. Let's hope. Oh, there's another button. Oh, there's Shelly, which is a reptile and a tank. Double synergy. Oh, we have this one reptile right now. Reptile gain +10 armor. Every 3 seconds, they gain 5 attack speed. And another button. Again, I can now enchain this one for 1 health. It's fine. Bought this. And I'm not sure if I want to use it right now. Let's buy Shelly at least. Turtle Shell. Would be nice to get the tank ability. And the reptile ability, which reptiles gain +10 armor. Every 3 seconds, they gain 5 attack speed. But again, we only have 4 units. So right now we have Mushroom Poisoner. And I think, oh man, this is still a tank, right? The Orc. And we kind of want to use our Pauldron of Milo probably on our tank, because that is just pretty good. Not so much synergy with the other units, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad. But it would really make sense. I mean, all 3 are Vanguards. 1300 HP, 950 HP, 950. Or we do this on our main unit here. I mean, it's tier 2. But he has the face me ability, and another Orc would be great, because then with Rage, that would make this one really strong. Our synergy is all over the place, but let's give Bulwark this ability. So drop this to him. There we go on the field. Now, yes, also 1330 HP, and every 5 seconds some taunting and so on. Also, we have this Lucky Charm, which does what? Drop this on an ally unit to gain a unit you don't have that matches one of its traits. So we could, for example, just reroll Volcanus, for example, but we would gain still a unit that has either Elemental Horror or something like that. So not that helpful with Volcanus. I'm actually gonna sell him. Don't need him. But maybe for these 2, Button or Shelly, the reptile tank, could be interesting later on. For now, let's go. Let's actually go. Let's see what happens when they challenge this, or summon this unit. Okay, there we go. We're gonna focus down Sebastian, easy. Oh, this is the one, right? Gregor the Great, which is a pretty decent unit for this. Almost equal like a tier 2 unit. Cool. Oh, we lost one. That's bad. This is actually, oh no, we're losing. Didn't expect that. Oh yes, we're actually losing. Even though we do have a tier 2, I mean, maybe not. Come on, stun, please stun. Oh no, this is terrible. Come on, it's all on you. Okay, 1-on-1, please. Got this. Okay, you poisoned this unit. Good job. Oh man, please, skill. Are you kidding me? The skill would have defeated this unit. It did defeat the unit. We lost 2 hearts. And this is a problem. Oh, this was so close. Well, that was pretty bad. Didn't expect to lose that early, honestly. Again, the special equipment Spear of Fate. Spear of Fate. At the start of combat, the rearer and allies directly above and below them gain 30 attack speed. Team building. Because we leveled up, by the way. This is why we have some cool choices now. There we go. Combat recap. Bulwark. Damage taken. Took a lot of damage. Healed a lot. So he was definitely the MVP of the round. Amanito. Probably not that good. Took a lot of damage, but didn't really deal that much damage. So we kind of want to get rid of Amanito. Definitely right now, at least our weakest unit. At the end of each combat, if your entire team shares a single trait, gain 2 star points. Interesting wizard hats. Your unit gains plus 25 spell power for the first 10 seconds of combat. Interesting with our shaman. Because shamans also really get extra bonuses with spell damage dealt. Or the Spear of Fate, plus 30 attack speed. Yeah, let's take this one right now. Special equipment, and now we have a choice. Regent Tail, Merchant of the Sands. Or the Regent Tail, the Golden Serpent. Let's go. Right, is that a mirage? No. No, that's just someone basking in the desert sun. In front of him, a large carpet full of antiques and oddities soak up the sunlight. As you approach, he lifts up the brim of his sun hat to look at you, a beaming smile across his face. Beautiful day, friend. I'm glad to see you stop by. Browse and peruse, ruminate and contemplate. Everything has a price. Right, now we can choose to get a sword, which gives us 20% attack damage and pay 5 gold to upgrade this weapon, where we need to trade in this item. Knowledge, Rallying Horn. Drop this on a friendly non-legend unit to summon 3 random units that share traits with it. Could be pretty good. Incapitation Point. So this gives us barter, 2 XP and a consumable. Drop this on an enemy unit to temporarily remove them from combat for the first 6 seconds. 20% attack damage. I mean, that is something you want to have on a striker. Monty, how did Monty last combat? Yeah, okay, 3 out of 4. So, I mean, it's still the most damage. Monty is our damage dealing machine. Nothing else though. Reptile Poisoner, but we kind of want to have Spores or Orcs right now. Drop this. We have a Shaman Mushroom. What if I drop this on Button? Yeah, I'm gonna take this instead, I think. Alright, Merchant of the Sun. The man slides over, patting the carpet next to him. As you settle in, he motions out the vast dunes around you. I like you. Let me tell you a secret about goblins. You know what they like more than money? Compliments. Play into their vanity and they will make you special offers. Whatever you do, though, don't mention their ears. They are very sensitive about those. Right, new combat choice now. Against reptiles, tanks, or Sebastian. I'm afraid of these dwellers, so... More money, let's go with this one. Shrinkomancer. Right, 4 units right now. I want to reroll for free for sure. Freaking leader ability. Okay, we need... Oh, there's another Amanito, which I'm not the biggest fan. That unit wasn't that good for us, frankly. So I think I want to use now... We want to have... Yeah, let's go with that. I want to have more mushrooms and or shamans right now. So let's use the Rallying Horn on you. There we go. That helped somehow. So now Amanito is also tier 2, which I didn't really want another Amanito, if I'm completely honest. Well, that happens. We have a Rhyme Dragon Shaman, though. Interesting. An Orc Shaman would be amazing. There's another rhyme here. Oh, we have 3 rhymes total. So that would be a tier 2 unit. Alright, sure. Let's go with that. Oh no, we have like no synergy at all. Poisoner. Man, our Bulwark Orc is so good, but we have no synergy for him right now. Let's reroll for 2. Another Monty. Reroll one more time, question mark? One more time. Another rhyme, another Bulwark. He's tier 1. Oh, this is a tough decision, honestly. So we definitely want to have the Mushroom and the Poisoner. He has such a good item, though. Oh, man. Don't have any... Tank Leader Reptile. We also have equipment here, Spear of Fate. So Manito, Button. 10 armor, 10 armor, 0 armor, surprisingly, on our tank. Wow. Kinda would like to give him these items, but maybe not. Okay, Button spawns 5 spores that seek random enemies, briefly stunning them. You have this and disarming them. Spell damage. Again, last combat. Bulwark Button was definitely better. Amanito was not good. Stunning. I kinda want this one to be alive even longer. Okay, let's put... I really want to have Bulwark, but we have Rhyme now. Now we have 3 synergies, at least. Shaman synergy again, for spell damage. Oh, you really are spell damage thing, right? So I don't want you to be at the front then. Maybe this? Okay, Rhyme has the Deep Freeze ability. Rhyme flings an icicle at its target, dealing 156 spell damage and stunning them for 1 second. The icicle also stuns foes directly behind the target. Interesting. Could be nice if we do this here, but we want to get... this is a tank. This is also a tank. This is a duelist, so maybe try to get this Bulwark down. Because he's alone, and then try to focus down the others or something like that. We really want to make use of the items, because I do not want to lose, surprisingly. Stunning. I want to have the stun more, I think. Okay, Amanito. I'm kind of transforming you. I mean, you are a Vanguard, but you're also a Poisoner. No, we really want to need this. We need a tank, guys. But we also need to win this combat, otherwise we lose 1 health, and that would be pretty bad. Man, Bulwark, we need you. We need everything. We need the synergy. This is a hard decision. Man, I want to go back to my engineers. That went so much better. Right, whatever. Button. Here, have a shield. And the Spear of Fate. Which at the start of combat, the rear and allies directly above and below. It's a little bit of a problem. We need 1 more unit down here. Hopefully attack. Regardless, more attack speed. Oh, wait, direct to him. Drop this on an ally unit to gain a unit you don't have that matches one of its trait. Reptile tank. Shelly. We have a reptile, we don't have a tank. Another button. What if I drop this here? I don't know. There's no available units that you don't already have. Apparently not. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. I don't know. Are you sure? Your Rhyme 2 is range, but it's placed at the front. I mean, is this really at the front? Also range 4. So yes, I am sure. Let's go with this. It's fine. My team got this. Disarmed. Come on, stun. Stun. Dude, stun. There we go. Stun them. Good job. Okay, first enemy down. There we go. Oh, yes. Defeat this one. Good job, guys. Shaman. Oh, there's the Shaman Totem here. 29. Come on, spell damage. Heal. Yes. Oh, this totem is pretty good. Really need this. Come on, guys. Stun. Yes, heal. Keep getting healed. Oh, defeat the leader. Good job. We did it. Nice. Oh, this is so great. Okay, we're still in the game for now. Cool. Okay, Roadtail, box of books. Let's go with that. You come upon an odd signpost slightly off the beaten path. A small house-like enclosure holding a variety of books to interest any adventurer fill its shelves. Above the roadside library, a sign reads, "A wealth of knowledge for all to share. To steal this knowledge will bring despair." Either 9 money, which could be good, a book of gain level, an additional level, interesting. Or one of these shrines again. I think I want to... we have 11, but we really want to upgrade our units. Another Bulwark. I think let's take the money. Let's play it safe here. Spear. You spend some time looking through a few books. Spell books, fiction novels, romance novel, dirty novels, the complete lineage of a royal family. Anything you can imagine. After spending some time consuming the information, you continue on, feeling just a little smarter than you were before. Yay, I am smart. Chat and shop, let's go. Visit the tournament registrator, okay. Oh yeah, we're actually trying to take part of a grand tournament, I forgot. A studious goblin looks up from a large ledger, pushing up his wire-rimmed glasses. Name, race, occupation. The tournament council is not responsible for injury from burning, maiming, decapitation, petrification, or polytransformation. Sign here, please. As you finish signing your name, a brilliant flash of light blends you for a moment. Tournament Badge 1. Upgrades 2 to unit store slots to now show uncommon units. Well, let's buy this one just in case. Because maybe this might be upgraded. Uncommon units unlocked! Yeah. Ooh, there's another orc Morita, so cool. When you finally can finally see, you find yourself standing in some sort of shop. A goblin behind the counter looks familiar. Welcome to Gix's Glorious Galera. The finest, definitely not looted equipment around. We have everything you could need to take on the Dire. And good luck, judging by the look of you. You're gonna need a lot of it. Alright, a shop. We currently have 18 coins. That is not much that we can buy. Either these two shield gloves. Again, we could combine these, by the way. And let's actually have a look. So, glove could be combined with the shield to gain a dueling psi, which would give 1 unit 15 attack speed, 10 armor. The wearer is immune to crowd control. Every 5 times they are hit, parry the next incoming basic attack, ignoring it. Pretty decent. Another Pauldron of Milo, which again, pretty good. How can I can't get rid of this item that has been equipped to our bulwark, right? This is so bad. Well, there's another rhyme. Orc, brawler. Oh man. So much for my great tank idea, but here's the good item. I don't know, game. Okay, let's make the best of our money. Let's buy these two and let's combine them if we can. Okay, let's leave the shop. And another combat. Total. Well, ooh, there's a staff, 30 spell power, and another shield. Spell power is good for the shamans. Let's take this. Okay, let's prepare, and let's hope I can win this. Alright, I prepared. So we gave Bulwark the item. He's back in the run. I got rid of our snake. And we managed to get a, or maybe both, I don't know what our current stand thing, but Button is now tier 3, as is Amanito. Rhyme is still tier 2, and Bulwark has all the items, so he can hopefully hold up with the tier 2 unit as well. There's Dashred, a skeleton, healer, and leader. Oh, they actually have the skeleton effect and healing effect. So skeleton, when all your units are slain, skeletons return with 100% health for a last stand, during which they lose 3% of the maximum HP per second. Well, that doesn't sound so nice. I think you are the tank. I'm gonna get you guys closer to really focus down their leader, I think. You are a duelist, Shield Bash. He's gonna take the most damage, though. But I think this is still the best way. Try to get rid of the leader. Well, let's hope. Let's go. Are you sure your rhyme 2 is range? Yeah, I am sure. In range 4. Maybe here. I don't know. Let's go with this. Don't question me, game. I know exactly not what I'm doing. Okay, focus down. 2 tier 3 units. That's gotta be great, right? We still have the healing totem, a bunch of stun. Yes, keep healing the orc. Would be nice to have a rage, but again, now he would gain, you know, he has parry, his extra ability too. Yeah, we're doing fine. Still gotta keep in mind that even after we win this combat, it's not over. Alright, we got this team. Really hope. Also, I just noticed that the game is probably a little bit louder than usual, right? There we go. Second stand, overtime. Scaling soon, that's not nice. What can I do against skeletons then? Okay, regardless, we got this. Just 3 skeletons back in the run. There we go, easy. Okay, 1. Nice. Now we won. Okay, we did this. I just hope that the game wasn't too loud than usual. Please tell me in the comments. Honestly, I would really appreciate that if the game's audio right now is too loud for you guys or pleasant like this, because, yeah, I don't know. It should be louder doing comments than usual what I go for, so please tell me. Encounter 2 of the Grand Tournament Champions. Okay, this is a choice. You find yourself in an unusual oasis, where 2 Daya seem to be arguing about something. Ki Odini, A jovial djinn gesticulates towards the calm, elderly giantess known as River, as he explains the superiority of narration. Believe me, young lady, words are worth as 1,000 pictures. As you approach, the two look at you, the djinn beaming brightly. Ah, perhaps you'd like to help settle a friendly dispute between us? I mean, I don't know. I'm more of a reader, or the tapestry is stunning. I'm more of a reader, sure. There you have it, River. Our new friend has spoken. Giordini flashes you a big smile of gratitude before turning back to River. Now, don't look so glum. It happens, as they say. As River gathers her things to leave, Giordini turns back to you. Well, now that's settled, I have a gift for you. Whatever wish your heart desires, I shall grant. Well, within reason, of course. Just no tentacles, please. Displeased River. River will remember you. I'm sorry, River! I'm sorry, River. I love you. I'm so sorry. So our choice would be Speed of Cheetah. If your team has 3 or more units of the Magician archetype, well, we don't have that at all. We don't have a single... We have 3 Vanguards and, well, 1 Magician. Well, it's something. Or, to be powerful, skill Mana Battery. Replaces the rare skill with Mana Battery, which grants its mana to teammates. What do you have again? Rhyme flinks an icicle at its target, dealing 156 build spell damage and stunning them. No, it's a stun and spell damage as a shaman, which buffs our totem from healing. No, definitely not this. Ooh, Pango, a legend unit. And he is a place. Well, sure, let's take this. A tier 2 legend unit even. I mean, maybe it's better than our tank, but our tank has all the abilities. A story. How delightful. They don't call us the fabulous fabler for nothing, you know. All you have to do is stay a while and listen. As Giordini spins a wondrous yarn, the pages take on a life of their own. Quite literally, in fact, as one of the Jinni's tomes animates before your very eyes, bouncing around and rubbing against your leg. Well, looks like someone wants to join you. I hope you don't mind. Just don't feed him after midnight. I get that resting. And now it would be boss time, Priest of Adalon, where we have to fight Adalon. Okay, Priest of Adalon is, so to speak, the main character, and on the field is Adalon itself. Has the unique legend Adalon. This fight deals double damage on a loss. So we wouldn't lose, I think usually we lose 2 hearts, now it would be 4, which would be over. And a bunch of rewards. Well, let's see how this goes. First off, let's reroll for free and hope for something good. There is another Shelly, we don't need this. Vex, an Orc, and a Shaman! Oh, and an uncommon unit! Oh, that would be so good if we would have like a 5th place. I mean, if we win this combat, that would be amazing to get the Orc synergy and more Shaman synergy going. But for what we have right now, Pangur Pan the Second, or tier 2 unit. 1600. Legend, by the way. Legends gain higher base stats and stronger skill than most units and cost 1 additional star point to buy. Well, we didn't buy this one, but do not contribute to most other traits. Legend stat bonuses, more attack damage, attack speed, maximum health, armor, 10 mana regeneration. Okay, also his skill is Righteous Fury. Pangur Pan is ignited with Righteous Fury from a divine deity for 5 seconds, restoring 5% of its HP per second and damaging adjacent units for 25 spell damage per second. So also Vanguard, interesting. On the field itself we have 2 Frozen Effigy, also tier 2, which, I mean, if they're frozen, do they attack? But they have the passive ability. Every second, Frozen Effigy steals 4 mana from all your units. That's not good. Also, the active ability, Frozen Effigy deals 150 spell damage to adjacent foes and stuns them for 1 second. Also pretty bad. So for this, I guess I'm going to try to focus down one and not stand too close to one of those. What if I use this ability? That would be the stun. But at least this one wouldn't get triggered. Boom, I like this icicle. And Abaddon itself, Ice Beam. Abaddon breathes ice, dealing 210 spell damage to enemies in a wide line and stunning them for 3 seconds. That's pretty bad as well. Stats are fine, 20 armor though. 106 damage. Oh, also Corvette. Hey, let's reroll. Okay, Spindles. Oh, another Bulwark. This is interesting because this upgrades Bulwark to tier 2 now. Ah. Which makes the choice even harder if you would like to trade him out with Pangur Pan the Second. Now 1800, I mean, I guess technically Pangur Pan is stronger, single-handedly, gets this trade as well, right? 1900, 95 damage. The problem is our Orc has the 2 items, also we have an item here, right? Staff. plus 30 spell power can be merged with another component. Do we have anything? Maybe with a shield button. And he wants spell power because he's a shaman. So staff combos with a shield would be the Burn Dunner. 10 armor, 30 spell power, and the ability every 3 seconds adjacent foes take spell damage equal to 8% of the maximum HP, half the healing for 3 seconds. Okay, a little bit of a boost. So let's give this to button. Sure, Burn Dunner. Okay, we got this upgrade. Oh, this is a hard choice. I don't want to reroll. We have to make do with this somehow. Oh no. So we do have the sledgehammer thing now, which makes this one stronger. So is he strong? If I combine him now, 1600 here, you're there. So you on the field doesn't really contemplate much, right? Less damage, less HP, 20 armor. You, 20 armor. Your ability deals damage though. I'm not sure if I want you as a damage dealing thing or if I want you to tank. This is... No, actually, dealing damage is probably better because we want to get rid of these frozen effigies as fast as possible. And maybe for the next time you would try to first off get another rhyme to, you know, get rhyme to tier 3. That would be amazing. And maybe then we would go for our orc combo. Right now, Vex is pretty cool. Uncommon unit. Has the death hex. Vex hexes his target, dealing 60 damage per second for 5 seconds, which would be so good with our totem, which scales with spell damage dealt as a shaman. If the foe dies while hexed, the next moves to the nearest foe. That is so good. So that would allow us to go for these 2 units. And I think we get a next slot. So after we win this combat, we would have an army size of 5. I would take out Pangopan for Bulwark and Vex, which makes our shamans better. We have the orc combo as well, which gives both the rage ability, makes our tank better. But right now, we want the damage dealing legend, which is probably, in this circumstance, better. Regardless, let's go! Are you sure you're rhyme? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't want this to be stunned, frankly. Maybe here? Sure, DM. You know, don't always antagonize your DM. Gonna speed it up, let's just go and see. Okay, yes, effigy done, easy. Okay, you're splitting up, but the totem heals. Okay, this is fine. Effigy done. Nice. Okay, everyone focus on... Oh, yeah, wow. Yes. Oh, man, this was amazing. Last time, I barely won against this boss with my engineer combo. Nice, we did it. Bunch of money, bunch of coins, bunch of XP. Level up Meat Master, Dweller Mark, gain a goblet, and Dweller War Banner. Oh, free unit, which is an orc, and the Dweller Impervious. In combat runes, gain the Hex modifier Impervious in the frontmost column. Unit placed there is immune to crowd control against 10... Oh, that's actually good. So, is this, like, where is that, though? Gain the Hex modifier Impervious. Take the night to rest. Okay, now we would take a night to rest, which would increase our army size. Yes. Bonfire, so it's a Souls-like, guys. There we go, army size 5. And now we would move on to Act 2, so to speak. Hexed City. The scenery changes as well. Now we would go choose another combat. And now I would switch out our legend unit, which was actually pretty good, for our tier 2 guy and this other shaman, which is pretty cool. I like having my shamans, which is also range ability. So maybe like this, for example. We would reroll, we have a bunch of money. Oh, there's another legendary Pangopan. Yeah, that would be... Imagine having a... Oh, another rhyme! Bum, bum, bum. Now rhyme is also tier 3. Wow. Also here's Dumbledore. Dumbledore, the skeleton mage headmaster. There's Torque. This was the orc engineer at last run. He was amazing. Let's reroll one more time. Another rhyme here. Ooh. So I would pay the heart, gain another rhyme. Tier 4 would probably be cool. So this is a good setup. Vex with a hex is only tier 1, but it is an uncommon unit, and it synergizes so well with our shaman orc ability right now. That's amazing. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, Act 2, we made it. Now we would go over. There's gonna be at least Act 3 in the full game, which again probably has come out once you watch this video. Let's go back to the main menu. I could now abandon my run to gain more extra mastery point, which would go for the unlocks. Maybe I can... Let's try this. If I go abandon run... yeah, now it disappeared. We don't get the points either. I would like to show you some meta progression, guys, but I can't right now. But that would, you know, we would gain some meta upgrades, more characters, more modifiers. Oh, Yeah, look how many we suddenly unlocked. And so on and so on. So honestly, there's a few typos. I would like to have proper professional voice acting in this game. A little bit more polish on the animations maybe. They are very basic, but I understand that this, you know, for all these many units, animation is very hard, and for what it is, it's totally solid. So that would just be like a personal wish at all to have more animation. But the core gameplay, thumbs up. All three thumbs up. This is a lot of fun. I don't know, it's addicting, it's fun, it plays well, it runs well. I think if you like Autobattlers, I don't know, that's just an assumption again. I am not an expert in this genre, but I love this. I really like this, and I think if you can have a lot of replayability with all the modifiers and characters, you're gonna have a great time. But of course, this is only my opinion. Please tell me what you think of Tales and Tactics. Please tell me what you think of my presentation and showcase thereof. Feedback is always greatly appreciated. Also, if you should care to share this video somewhere, that would also help me out so much. I would be so grateful. Make absolutely sure to stay awesome, and we're gonna see each other in the next video. Truly, thank you for watching.